911 is John. What's the address emergency?
I found something in my son's closet wrapped in a plastic bag.
Okay, what was it?
I think it's a human head.
It's a what?
I think it's a human head.
Stabbed his neck. He was panicking at first. In his old man voice, he was in his 50s. I'm not lying. I know why I'm calling old man. This is him. I was strapped on top of him like this. Okay. And he couldn't fight back. It was actually surprisingly easy. I was barely breaking a sweat. I thought, oh, this guy, he's going to be tough. But no, it was actually surprisingly easy.
No parent expects their day to end like this. Terry Cohee began her day with a simple task in her son's room, unaware that it would lead to a discovery that shattered everything. Her call to emergency services captures the raw panic. Listen to the tremble in her voice as the reality sinks in.
John, what's the address emergency?
Hi, there is an emergency. I found something in my son's closet wrapped in a plastic bag.
Okay, what was it?
I think it's a human head.
It's a what?
I think it's a human head.
Why do you think it's that?
Because it looks like it's all an ear.
Is it bloody or does it like anything like that?
I just told you to come. That's why I had to take a picture and send it to you.
What's the address? Is your son there now?
He just pulled up. We wanted to make sure he was here before we called.
How old is he?
19. He's had a little bit of a fascination with the morbid, but he was channeling it, I thought, into becoming a crime scene investigator, but not so much.
Do you think he's going to be cooperative with us?
I don't know. I don't think he'll be violent. Just came back from his friend's house.
Does he have any weapons in his room, or do you guys have any in the house?
I don't know. I think that he has a shotgun, but we can certainly remove it immediately before he gets in his room. He's out by the car now, so.
Is the bag still in the closet?
No, it's in my kitchen sink. And there's a secondary bag that I have not opened.
In a small town like Grand Junction, Colorado, daily routines can mask hidden lives. Warren Barnes had become a familiar face downtown, with habits that endeared him to locals. People shared small acts of kindness with him, saving his chair or chatting briefly. But one Monday morning, his absence raised alarms among those who expected to see him. The worry builds as friends and employers piece together the unusual break in his pattern.
If you've ever been downtown, you guys would see him. He walks Main Street. He's always.
Brett probably knows him if he's talking to him.
He's always on Main Street, just with his backpack, just walking and coming down to the shop to sit in his chair, pretty much.
How do you know Warren?
I own Monique's Bridal downtown, and I give him a chair to sit and read his books.
Is he a homeless gentleman?
He's not homeless. He stays in a place. He pays for a room every day. He comes back in the shop because we keep his chair inside the shop to deter other people from sitting in it behind my shop. I own Monique's Bridal downtown, and I give him a chair to sit and read his books.
Homeless gentleman?
He's not homeless. He stays in a place. He pays for a room every day. He comes back. He works for a company that does just like temp agency, and they were the ones that actually contacted me because he's never missed work, and they know that he sits behind my shops.
So every morning it's around 6?
Yeah.
Without fail?
Without fail.
7 days a week?
Yes. He is there every morning.
All by himself?
Yeah.
2 nights earlier, a seemingly minor incident unfolded by the river. A young man's car ended up in the water, prompting a family rescue in the cold dark. Laughter filled the air at first, but lingering questions started to creep in. As the vehicle was pulled out, something on it caught everyone's eye, shifting the mood completely.
Yeah, we made him wait till he was almost 18 before he got his driver's license because we didn't want him having any accidents like they do when they're 16 and 17 and
Gotcha.
stupid things.
This your son right here?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, partner, you want to come out and talk to me real quick?
Sure. I mean,
Appreciate it, man.
I'm really cold. Is it okay if it's in here?
Because
That's fine.
pants because he had
Okay. That's fine. I did not know that. No, that's, please stay in the car.
Yeah.
All right. Nobody else in the car?
Nope.
No,
Okay.
no, it's just us. I'm the father, that's the mother, and this is our son. He just called us 20
good.
minutes ago and said, Dad, I parked at the boat ramp and I messed up. I tried to get out of the car and it slid down.
Well, you're not hurt, right? You're okay?
No, just a little
Okay.
cold is all.
Besides your pride a little bit?
And probably $7,000.
Okay. All right, man. Do you have your ID with you, driver's license by any chance?
I do. Thankfully.
What were you doing down here, bud?
Well, I felt like I needed to get out, like, and I figured, why not park here and just
relax a little bit?
Relax and think.
Okay.
And I parked on the boat ramp, and I thought it would be easy to get out. But when I tried to,
Where did you park exactly? Were you down the hill a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
And then
When you got back in, go ahead.
when I got back in, I tried to put it in drive, and it didn't go up. So then I tried putting it in low gear, shimmying it a bit. That didn't work.
Were you facing down?
No, I was facing up.
You back down?
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
Because that seemed like the easiest one. Because of the propulsion of the rear tires, I figured they would be able to push.
Okay.
But yeah, then.
Okay.
Yeah, then it slid into the river. I was able to get out.
Because I was like, it's not a crash. He just
it's like
parked
8 feet
it
out in the water.
He parked it and basically couldn't get it up. It just lost traction, looks like, and then he actually went in it. In the water. He's not hurt at all. So I'm like, how are you gonna get this car out if possible?
Does he need to stay here?
I'm sorry?
Is he free to go? I'm sure he'd like to go home and get warm.
I'm sure he'd like to get some pants on.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's not a crash. It's
okay. It's just a stupid act.
So.
Yep. All right, I'm going to take him home then, and then we'll come back here and see if we can figure out what's what with the tow truck driver.
The next day, the father took charge of cleaning up the aftermath. Odd items began to surface, each one adding to a growing sense of wrongness. A misplaced wallet, an unexplained knife. These details demanded answers. Meanwhile, the mother stumbled upon something far worse while working at home, and the urgency in her voice said it all.
Okay, I'll get this car started for Brian. He's got to work. So right away, I popped the hood, unhooked the battery, because it was dead, tried to charge the battery. I started going through the car, vacuuming out all the water.
Right.
Did as much as I could Saturday. Went back out there this morning, just to continue. And I opened the glove box, and there was a knife in the glove box, underwater.
Okay.
The glove box was full of water. Very large knife.
Okay.
And then, as I go around the passenger door, I open the passenger door, and there's a wallet in between this door and the gun or whatever.
Okay.
And I open up, that's not Brian's wallet. It's frozen solid. I'm like, oh my God, that's not Brian's wallet. I take it inside, and I end up getting one of the wads of cards out. There's a labor ready. I read that, so I called labor ready, and then another one, there was a social security card.
Okay.
I was like, hey, this is a weird call, but I've got a wallet here with so-and-so's name, and I'm hoping he works for you all, or you subbed him out or whatever. Oh, yeah, my one, we've been missing him. Yes, he didn't show up today. I'm like, oh, my God, now we've got a missing person. Okay, well, I found his wallet at Blue Hen Boat Ramp. So here's my name, here's all my information. If you get a hold of him, tell him I've got his wallet here at my house. Okay, so I left that like that. Called Brian. Brian, what's going on? Why is there a wallet in the car? Oh, I found it down at the boat ramp when I was down there walking around. Okay. And he was so sincere. I took it all. I want to believe him. He's my son. Sure. You found him. Well, fine. How come, and all this going on in the last 2 days, well, how come you didn't tell us about the wallet? Dad, I was just so excited with all the going on. My car getting towed because it's wet now. It won't start. I just didn't think about it. I didn't think it was important, Dad. I'm like, Brian, who is this one, whatever guy? Dad, I swear to you, from the bottom, I only know one. He's my school friend. It's not him. I believe him.
Law enforcement arrived at the house, met by a tense family standing at the end of the driveway. Parents voiced their fears, setting the stage for the first direct confrontation. That's when the questions began to probe deeper into their son's actions. Deputies approached the 19-year-old, zeroing in on what had been found hidden away. His calm, matter-of-fact reply stunned everyone, opening the floodgates to a horrifying truth. No one could have anticipated the level of detail in what he revealed next.
So, parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Like, for real human head and hands?
Yes.
From?
That fellow who went missing recently.
Which fellow was that?
Warren Brown.
Warren Brown? When did he go missing?
The night of the 27th.
The night of the 27th? Okay, and how did you end up with him?
I murdered him.
With what?
A knife.
Why would you have done that?
I've always wondered what murder felt like.
Okay. Where did you do that at?
Underneath the bridge.
Which bridge?
The one past
Okay.
near the weird intersection.
Okay. Do you have anything on you that's going to cut, poke, hurt, stick me anything without reaching for nothing? Don't reach for nothing.
My phone and my wallet, that's
okay.
it.
Well, I'm going to have you face that way. Put your hands on top of your head for me real quick. I just want to make sure you interlace your fingers for me real quick, all right?
Go ahead. Phone?
Okay. How do you know this guy?
They told me that was what was in the wallet.
What do you mean that was?
No, Brian, how did you come across this
How'd you
guy?
come across the gentleman?
I was driving,
Uh-huh.
and I saw a strange shape near the railway.
Uh-huh.
So I parked my car and investigated it,
Okay.
and I found it to be a man sleeping.
Okay. Where's the knife at?
It is in my sunken car. Well, it's in my car.
I have that.
Previously sunken.
This is going to be an investigation, and I'll take it from there.
Okay. So, did that happen when you crashed your car? Or is that totally different?
That's related, but a different event.
Okay. How's it related?
Well, when I killed him, I tried disposing of his body by putting it in the river, but
Okay,
I parked too low in the river. And
Where's the rest of his body at?
Huh?
Where's the rest of the body at?
What parts?
The body, Brian. Where's his body?
Down the river.
Okay. I'm going to have you walk over here. You're going to sit in the back of my partner's patrol car for a minute, okay? Not yet. Okay. Just sit back there and hang out for me, okay?
With the admission out, officers secured him immediately, guiding him to the patrol car, the short walk heavy with unspoken shock. At the station, the real questioning began, peeling back layers of the night in question. He recounted the encounter, the decision, the violence, each step colder than the last. Investigators dug into his reasoning, uncovering a disturbing obsession built quietly over time. His explanations exposed a chilling detachment from reality.
How did you get here?
I murdered someone.
Okay. But how did you get to my office?
Well, the police drove me here from my mom's house.
Okay. You said you murdered someone.
I did.
Did you know the person?
No.
No?
No. I was driving one night. I was in a, shall we say, bad state of mind.
Okay.
I saw a strange shape by the railway tracks, so I investigated, and it revealed to be a homeless person sleeping. Well, I presumed homeless, because he was there.
Okay.
So, I stabbed him to death.
Okay.
Then decapitated his head and hands and arms.
Okay.
I then took the head and put it in my car trunk along with the hands in bags, plastic Ziploc bags. I took it back to my house, cleaned off the knife, tried to hide the head and hands, removed the trash in my car that was stained in blood. And then I tried sleeping. However, I was quite stupid, shall we say, because I decided that's too much evidence. The body needs to be dumped in the river. So I took the body in the trunk, drove it to the Blue Heron drop-off point, and unsuccessfully dumped the body as I parked too low down the ramp. The ramp is mud and dirt, so unless you have four-wheel drive, you're not getting out. And I was able to get out, and my car flooded. Let's see, I killed him just after 11, February 27th, 2021, and then I dumped the body. I tried to dump the body. I'm trying to remember the time exactly. It was 1 a.m.
Okay.
And yeah.
So that sounds fascinating.
What do you want to know?
To start back at the beginning and go slow and tell me as many details as you can remember.
So, because I mean, I'm already going to jail for 15 years probably.
I have no idea.
Because
we're at the beginning.
It's murder. I mean, I'm going to jail for 20 probably. But so I figured, why fight it?
Okay. So what's important to me is to learn as much about you and what you did as I can.
Well,
as many details as you can give me, the better.
I drive a 2007 Ford 500.
Okay.
And I keep a small 18-inch bat in there for self-defense, and a large kitchen knife in the glove box, both for self-defense, because I don't really trust anyone, or really any part of this town, so that's why I have both. And let's see, yeah, it was the night of February 27th. It was a full moon. And I figured I could see so well, why not drive out? And I am in a bad state of mind at that time. I have major depressive disorder, so I am not thinking, shall I say, positively.
Okay.
And I'm cruising around for an hour and a half. So I fill up on gas halfway through, and I'm eventually driving underneath the bridge near the sheriff's office. You know, like how...
Oh yeah, go ahead.
There's a road underneath, right?
Uh-huh.
Out under the overpass. And I was driving along, and I see a shape here on the railway track. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So I go up, and as I'm looking, I see a large thing wrapped in a canvas.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's a homeless person. So I grab my knife, I put on 3 layers of gloves, because plastic gloves can betray their users because they're so thin, those vinyl gloves, by putting your fingerprints through. So I put on 3 on one hand. I took the knife, I pulled back the canvas, and I stabbed his neck.
Okay.
He was panicking at first. In his old man voice, he was in his 50s. I'm not lying. I know why I call him an old man. He was saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Ah!" And I just kept on stabbing his neck. It's okay if I do a demonstration.
Oh, yeah.
This is him. I was straddled on top of him like this.
Okay.
And he couldn't fight back. It was actually surprisingly easy. I was barely breaking a sweat. I thought, oh, this guy, he's going to be tough. But no, it was actually surprisingly easy. And during the time, I was growling and making animalistic noises.
Why were you doing that?
I suppose it was a frenzy.
Okay.
I was so excited, so rushed up on adrenaline every day. It's just, woo-hoo! And I paused, and he said, "Why are you doing this?" And I said, "I've been wanting to do this for a long time, murder someone." And then I continued. The whole ordeal lasted about a minute and a half.
Okay.
And I stabbed. When I was finished stabbing him, he took out his last breath, a grunt, and his head was halfway cut off in stabs. All the while, no, actually, after I killed him, I just couldn't stop saying, "Stinky, dirty, dirty, stinky, stinky." I wasn't selling anything, but...
And why were you saying that?
I don't know.
Okay.
And,
But you remember doing it, so...
Yeah. I suppose it was just me speaking out my mind at that moment. It was a pouring out of the mind.
Were you worried about, I mean, this looks like it's pretty close to the road and stuff, somebody seeing you or catching you?
It was 11 p.m., so not many were driving by. Well, it was behind the pillar. So, like, here's the road. It was here. So people would only see a brief thing here and here.
So were you worried about them seeing you?
I was worried about one of them stopping. But
what did you think could happen if somebody...
Well, if they looked, well, it was quite dark under there, so they wouldn't have seen the guy unless they looked. They would have seen me holding a bloody 12-inch knife, wearing gloves, and wearing a mask to conceal my identity, a face mask.
Okay. So you weren't doing it for COVID, you were doing it to hide your face?
Partially. Social distancing.
Right.
Yeah, but no one stopped. And I'm just like, proves the bystander effect.
Nonchalantly, the killer goes into chilling and graphic detail about what he did to Warren Barnes' body. We'll spare you the gruesome details. He then tells the investigators what he did with the various body parts once he was home with them.
And then I left his body there. And then I took the head, put it in a leftover pizza box from the dinner a few nights ago. And then I took the hands, put them in the back, drove home, hid the hands and head in my room, cleaned the knife, threw away the garbage with the blood on it, and then put the blood stained, wasn't stained, it had splatters on it. I put it in the dish, in the washing machine.
What did you put in there?
I put the outfit I murdered him in
That you were wearing, or?
Yeah, I was wearing.
Okay.
In the washing machine, put it on high speed so it would effectively remove the blood. Washed it twice. And then I tried going to sleep, but I was worried that because there was a hole in my gloves right here, I was worried that they would be able to obtain a partial print.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured, why not go all the way? I drove back in a different outfit, picked up his body, surprisingly heavy, put it in my trunk, and drove to the Blue Heron drop-off station.
Okay.
I parked, so it's like this, right? So let's say this is the ground. The ramp is quite steep, and you need to have four-wheel drive to pull out of it.
Okay.
And my car didn't. I thought, so I pull in, I thought that I could drive out. Because I put it in reverse, A, so that it's easier to pull the body out, and B, because the back tires would provide propulsion to push up.
Right.
And I open the trunk, I take his body out, I put it in the water, and because I don't want fingerprints on a body, so I just try moving it with my shoes. That works successfully. He goes out some part in the river and floats off.
Okay.
God knows where he is now.
His mother grappled with the signs she might have missed. Behaviors once brushed off as quirks now haunted her thoughts. School issues, therapy attempts, a fascination with the dark side. Each memory connected painfully to what had unfolded.
Tell me about Brian. Does he have any kind of mental issues or disabilities?
That's why we were told he has ADHD. Okay. So we put him on ADHD medicine. He detected it during the summer or weekends only when he was in school.
Okay.
In middle school, he started exhibiting antisocial behavior.
Okay.
Just saying things to get kids riled up and thinking it was funny.
Okay.
And the doctor had said, yes, he's ADHD. Yes, he's autistic. Yes, he's this. Oh, and there's some indications that he should get further testing because of potential psychosis.
Okay.
And I asked about referrals and called, and nobody in town would see him.
Okay.
The only place to go was Denver. And I was like, how much this to just take him to Denver? And so we got him involved with, and she worked with him for about a year, and then COVID hit. And so she couldn't do sessions anymore. And they tried to do over the phone sessions, but this is just not very effective, beneficial. It's just kind of like we were like, okay, well, he seems to be doing good. You know, he graduated high school. He works with, and he's been working there for a year in August.
The detective wants to know more about the medications Brian is on and if he's actually taking them.
And he said he's not taking his medication, or is he on medications now? He's on ADHD medicine. Okay. That he takes before work. Okay. On his part-time job. Okay. And he takes sertraline, which is an anti-anxiety, antidepressant. Okay. So he's been diagnosed that as well. And to the best of your knowledge, is he actually taking them? Like, do you watch him take them? I don't watch him take them, but I have the alarm set, and every night at 10 p.m. I say, Brian, take your medicine. And he says, I know, I am. Okay. And as I've looked at his pill container, I mean, it's going, seems to be going down. Okay. So I assumed he was taking it. Okay.
What about alcohol or any other recreation drugs?
No.
Nothing like that. When you talked about the school stuff and having lots of issues, what were the issues that they were having that made other kiddos not feel safe?
He would make jokes that were not appropriate. He got suspended a few times, like for behavior that wasn't acceptable, like this one girl that he knows very well. He knows that she has a lot of issues and that loud noises frighten her. And so, one of his school suspensions was when he, came up to her in the hallway and clapped really loud next to her, knowing that it would put her in a panic, and she cried, and we were like, yep, nope, that's not how, nope. You knew that would upset her, and you did it anyway. And he got suspended for prohibited use a weapon, but there was another boy who brought in nunchucks to school on the school bus, and Brian was like, wow, cool, and I think this was in 11th grade, and so Brian was like, I think Brian had given out some candy to some kids on the bus, and so Brian was like, can I check those out? And he's like, I'll bring you in so if you give me some candy. So Brian gave the kid candy, and the next day the kid comes on the bus with 2 sets of nunchucks. One are glass, and the other ones, I guess they're like rubber. I don't know. I never actually saw them.
Okay.
But so he's like, I know I can't take the glass ones because I'd be in trouble for that. So he took the rubber ones and he put them in his backpack. And his backpack was, I don't know if it was in his backpack or in his jacket. There was some differentiating stories.
Okay.
But so the teacher saw them and they said, what's that, Brian? And he was like, nothing, And so Bob Omar, he was like, he had a prohibited weapon on school grounds. And I'm like, okay, well, what about the other kid that brought them in? And they said, that kid doesn't have the behavior issues that Brian has. And I'm like, oh, so you're punishing Brian because he has behavior issues. I see. So Brian went through probation and he completed it successfully.
Meanwhile, search teams combed the river, methodically working through the water and banks. One by one, their findings confirmed the unthinkable, every discovery aligning with the confession.
It's right here.
Oh, you see it?
Yeah. Because there's an arm. Hey.
Just search ever.
There's an arm, there's another arm.
Okay, hold on. Let's do some pictures. Start right now.
There's another one.
I don't have a clue. Okay.
This is like something out of TV.
Yeah. Just having a discussion with the deputy chief about how these kids don't have any remorse. Right, here's a leg. Well, it could be the upper arm or a leg.
Well, there's 3. There, and there.
The parents struggled to process the chaos, their world upended in a matter of hours. The father revisited every odd moment, questioning his own oversight. Patterns began to emerge in hindsight, isolated incidents that now formed a troubling timeline. His reflections carried the heavy burden of what-ifs.
They're both doing good. They're okay in school. They don't drink or smoke. So I didn't really have no warnings that this was going to happen. He's obviously sick. He's obviously very sick. We've noticed weird things about him. Some days he gets cold. Just he looks at me and he has this cold look on his face. And I can just tell that, I don't know if it's from his friends that he's hanging out with or what, but...
Charges came swiftly, leading to a courtroom battle over intent and sanity. The defense painted a picture of a fractured mind, while prosecutors argued cold calculation. Testimony revealed months of planning, online research, and dark fantasies that nearly became more. The jury deliberated carefully, weighing evidence against the claim of instability. When the verdict came, tension filled the room, and just like that, one chapter closed forever. He had braced for leniency, but the sentence delivered a brutal reality. A random act had left lasting scars on families and on an entire community. Warren's simple life, that of a former cowboy and quiet reader, echoed in the memories of those who knew him. Locals now honor him in silence, turning his usual spot into a small tribute to kindness. In the quiet that remains, his gentle presence still outshines the darkness, a lasting reminder of how fragile the routines of life can be.